What is elemental and nature magic as a skill? Learning to speak to the earth, not just about it. Hi, welcome back to School of Soul. I'm Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and this is the Become Magical series. We're returning to one of the oldest forms of magic on Earth, elemental and natural communication, the intuitive skill of receiving messages, signals, and instructions directly from the elements and living environment. This isn't fiction, it's not folklore, and it's not fantasy. This is a forgotten human faculty, and it's time to wake it up. What is elemental and nature magic? Elemental magic isn't about controlling the weather or summoning storms. It's about learning to feel, hear, and work with the intelligence of nature. Every element, earth, water, fire, air, holds information. Every natural system, from trees to rivers to herbs to wind currents, operates on frequency, and frequency is readable. This arc is about retraining your nervous system to decode that language, because nature doesn't speak English. It speaks in shifts in pressure, movement patterns, scent, sound, texture, light symbols that appear through repetition, emotional resonance, and memory. When you reawaken your ability to notice these signals and interpret their messages, you're not just walking in nature, you're in conversation with it. Why this matters now. Most people live completely disconnected from the intelligence of the earth. They think the weather is random. They think rivers are just water. They think fire is just heat. But in ancient spiritual systems, every element was a living being, with a temperament, memory, and purpose. And the people who could read those beings? They were called oracles, witches, prophets, seers, medicine keepers. You're not here to copy their rituals. You're here to reclaim your own relationship with the living world. This series will teach you how to work with hydromancy, water communication, how to build a fire reading practice through pyromancy, how to attune to the land's energy with geomancy, how to receive plant-based messages through herbomancy, how to create personal elemental rituals for clarity, shielding, and alignment, and how to use all of these skills to build a natural guidance system that replaces confusion with inner knowing. This is a skill, not a gift. You don't need to be born special to do this. If you can, feel when a storm is coming. Sense when a room feels off. Cry at a mountaintop or fall silent at the ocean. Feel the pull to forests, gardens, or firelight. Then the channel is already open. You just need training, and that's what this arc is for. Why nature magic isn't about escapism. You're not learning to escape into the woods. You're learning to resensitize your system so that every environment becomes readable. Whether you're in a city, at work, in the middle of a ritual, or lying under stars, you'll start to hear more clearly, feel more precisely, move more purposefully, and make decisions that align with natural intelligence, not cultural noise. Key concept: the earth is alive and always listening. When you walk outside and ignore your environment, it withholds. But when you approach with reverence, the earth responds. The wind changes, the birds adjust, the trees vibrate. This is not fantasy. This is quantum. This is frequency-based communication, and you've done it before. You just forgot. Preparing for this series. To get the most out of this arc, begin to walk slower outside. Notice where your attention lingers. Carry a small notebook and write down anything unusual, a pattern, a sound, a feeling. Start speaking to your environment, even silently. Greet the trees, acknowledge the rain, ask questions of the flame. Suspend disbelief. These teachings are not about debate. They are about retraining your sensing field. You don't need permission to work with the earth. You only need humility, presence, and consistent practice. You are not learning fantasy. You are remembering function. Elemental magic is not superstition. It's sensorial literacy. The wind is speaking, the water is dreaming, the earth is remembering, the fire is watching, and now you're going to learn how to listen. Hi, I'm Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and School of Soul has just released one of our most requested deep dives, the Magic and Occult series. This series is not for the faint of heart. It's for those who know there's more going on beneath the surface, behind the media, behind the family, behind the system. This series breaks the spell and hands you the map. The Magic and Occult series includes over 200 videos on 1. Entertainment or ritual. Decoding mainstream media as mass spellwork. 2. Occult families. Spot them. How generational magic and ritual lineage hides in plain sight. 3. Occult symbolism. The signs, seals, and signals used to claim, curse, or command. 4. Esoteric symbolism. Layered meaning, sacred geometry, and encoded messages. 5. Law is magic. How contracts, courts, and language are rituals of power. 6. Spells and spirits. What magic really is, and what happens when you use it. 7. Covens and lodges. Where modern ritual happens, and who's involved. 8. Destiny swapping. How rituals steal timelines, talent, or soul contracts. 9. Energy harvesting. Spiritual parasitism, and how to seal your field. 10. The clairs. Your intuitive senses. Clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, and more. 11. Become magical. How to strengthen your gifts, protect your mind, and wield conscious force. 12. Miracles are real, divine intervention, faith portals, and supernatural reversals. 13. The chosen ones. What sets them apart and why they're always targeted. 14. The black sheep, the generational breaker, often isolated by design. 15. Targeted individuals, spiritual and technological targeting of aware souls. 16. Gang stalking, organized spiritual and psychological warfare. This is the most revealing, most spiritually advanced, and most protective series SOS has ever released. If you've ever felt something was off about this world, this will confirm it and prepare you for what comes next. Your protection begins with knowledge. Join the SOS School of SoS Vault.